Welcome to the Oklahoma Emergency Management video presentation series. In this series, you will learn how to enter a travel authorization within the OKEM grant system. Travel authorizations are required prior to any travel being conducted within or outside of the state. Outside of state travel requests must be done at least 90 days prior to the event. To request travel from your home screen in OKEM Grants, on the right-hand side in the Recent Travel Authorization box, click on the New option. Next, you will complete the form. It will default to whoever is logged in. If you are entering a claim on behalf of someone else, you can click the X and delete that and add the person that you're entering the travel request for. It will default to the department of the employee, or you will need to select one. The department supervisor 1 and 2 are the supervisors of the department that are responsible for the budget of that department. In addition, you'll have the employee's direct supervisor on the form. The employee vendor ID is the ID that is used within the PeopleSoft system to issue checks or direct deposits to the employee or the contractor. Select the agency, whether you're a GALT employee or an OEM employee, and your dates of travel. Next, enter your destination, where you'll be going on the trip, and whether it's within the state, outside the state, or outside the country, and then what the purpose is, and then what travel you're going to request. To select the services, you will click on them. If you have multiples, you will hold down the Control key and select each of the ones that you will need. If you need to upload an agenda, you will need to save the form by clicking the Save button. And now you'll be able to attach an agenda file. Just click the Attach Files, choose your file, and upload your document. In addition, you will be able to enter your lodging information. The travel coordinator will need this to be able to call and book your lodging. So add a line. If you have multiple lodging opportunities, then you will need to put in a preference. 1 being your first choice, 2 being your second, and so on. So enter the information and your check-in date, and whether or not this is designated lodging. Is this the lodging specified by the conference or the training as the preferred lodging? If it is, select yes. If it's not, select no. If you have additional lodging options, you can continue to add additional lodging. Since you've selected airline up here, you will also need to select some information about the airline. So your preferred departure time, you want to leave in the morning, afternoon, or evening, or any time is fine, and the preferred return time. If you have a seat preference, aisle, center, window, no preference, and then what time the conference or the meeting is over, so that they can make sure that you have plenty of time to get back to the airport. Because we selected rental car, the same thing. We need to select when we want to pick up the rental car, whether it's morning or afternoon, and then when we're going to return the rental car, and then the return time. The next section is the cost estimate worksheet. You will need to complete this, and you'll notice the red boxes tell you which ones are mandatory. In addition, you're going to need to fill out probably your meals if you're doing meals. So you will go to, on the airfare, go to something like Expedia or Orbitz or Priceline, and get a airfare estimate. So we're going to say the airfare is $450. On the meals, you can click on the GSA per diem rates to determine what the daily rate is. So let's just go ahead and do that. Click on that. It's going to take you to the per diem rates. You're going to select a state. So for this one, we are going to Texas, and we're going to Dallas. Sometimes that makes a difference and sometimes it doesn't. And then we can find rates. So here is Dallas, and you'll see we are going in August. So the per diem rate is $150. And then your meals and incidentals, which is what we're wanting to look at here. So we've got meals and incidentals are $66. The rest of this you don't really need to worry about. We're just getting a high level estimate right now. That will all come into play on the claim. So we're going to use this $66 right here, and we're going to go back to our authorization, and we're going to put that we're going to be there 6 nights, 6 days, and the per diem is $66. Lodging, based off of the hotel that you put in up here in the preferences, use your first preference. And again, if the training site or the conference site, many times they'll tell you what the rate is at the lodging. If not, again, go to an Expedia or something like that. So we're going to put in that it's $129 a night. Registration, for if you have training and you have registration that's going to need to be paid, or conference registration, put in the price for that registration here. And then if you're going to have any transportation, taxi, shuttle, Uber, we're not, because we're actually renting a car. Again, you're going to go get an estimate for that car, go to your Expedia, wherever, and get an estimate. So we're going to do $250 for the week. Local transportation mileage, that's going to be the mileage that from your home to the airport or the airport back home. So you would add in how much that is, and you get 50 cents. And so we live 4 miles from the airport, so that's going to be $2. And then there are 3 blank ones that you can add. These might be things for like baggage handling at the airport that you have to pay, things like that you might want to add in there. So then you go on down and you select a grant. So every travel claim is going to be posted generally against some grant or project. So you would select that. If you don't know, you can leave this blank and your supervisor can fill it out. So I'm going to select on this one, I'm going to use 4438, and the management project for that one, for all of our management costs, is project number 6. The special accommodations explanation, if you have like if you need vegetarian meals, and that needs to be noted whenever finance does the registration, or if you need a handicapped accessible hotel room or things like that, you would explain that here. Another thing that you might want to add up here in the description or the purpose, if you have a link to a training or a conference, putting that link in there will help so that finance will know where to go to actually register you. So put in a link in the purpose section. Okay, the very bottom, you must agree and consent that the form is accurate to the best of your knowledge. You click the check mark on that. From this screen, you can also add additional notes. So if you want to add a note for explaining anything, you can add that here. You can continue to add documents as well. So once you're done filling that out, you click the Advance button. You can, if you're partially have it filled out, but you aren't completely done with it or you need to check on some more things, you can click the Save button and that will save your authorization for you. To go back and find that travel authorization, once you've logged in, then you're going to see recent travel authorizations and you're going to see a July 24th one. And if I click on that one and I click on the workflow, I'm going to see it's still sitting with the employee. So I've not finished it. I can go into the form, finish whatever I've got left to finish, and then once I'm done, I can click the Advance button. So it's telling me there's things that are incorrect or incomplete. I click OK. You'll want to scroll down through it and look and see what is incomplete, and I need to do the consent again. So let's click Advance now, and you'll see I can add a recipient if I want to notify someone that I've done this. It's going to automatically go to the supervisor in the form, so you don't have to add anyone if you don't want to. And then if you're submitting this on behalf of someone else, you could put their name in there so that you know that. If not, you can leave all this blank, click Save and Advance. And you'll see it is now in the employee supervisor step. So that's the end of how to enter a travel authorization request in OKEM grants. Please watch our additional YouTube videos for other information about OKEM grants. Thank you.